There are two core swing fundamentals that are essential for you to have a highly efficient golf swing. And if either of those are missing from your swing, you're going to find it difficult to produce the distance, the accuracy, and most importantly, the consistency that you need to play your best golf. Now, the reason that the golfers that you've just watched were able to make such dramatic improvements in their games is that we helped them to make those fundamentals the foundation of their swings. And I'll prove to you that we can do the same for you right now. This is Shane. He's spent the last 25 years trying to fix his golf swing. Lessons from some top instructors, hours and hours on the range, but he's never been able to control the awesome power he's able to produce. Now, Shane's swing lacks both of those key fundamentals, and we're going to fix his swing while you watch by training his body to memorize a connected on-plane swing. Let's take a look. His setup looks good from here. His feet, his shoulders, and his hips are all aligned just left of that blue flag you can see in the distance. As he starts his backswing, he's in good position here and here, but once his shoulders stop rotating, his arms keep going, so his club gets well past parallel. In order for him to get that far past parallel, he makes two critical mistakes. First, his right elbow moves too deep, what's called a chicken wing. So now his arms are out of sync with the rotation of his torso. And secondly, his elbow moves away from his body, so now he's disconnected. If you watch as he starts his downswing, notice that the rotation of his torso moves the path of the club outside of his swing plane. This is often referred to as an over-the-top swing. Now, Shane has taken lessons from a number of highly rated instructors here in the Phoenix area. When they saw his over-the-top motion, they all told him he needed to try to swing from inside to out. Now, the advice makes sense, but as I'll explain to you in a minute, there's no way he could ever achieve that until he solved his disconnection. So we're going to use the swing jacket to train his body to memorize a fundamentally sound swing. As you can see, arm cups on his biceps slide along precisely shaped rails. What makes the swing jacket unlike any other method of trying to train your body to memorize a better swing is it physically guides you through that connected on-plane swing you're trying to achieve. So instead of you trying to consciously change your mechanics, in Shane's case, trying to swing from inside to out, you're going to actually experience the feel of a connected on-plane swing, and you're going to repeat that swing shot after shot. So this is Shane's first swing with the swing jacket. As you can see, the swing jacket won't let his right elbow disconnect away from his body. So as he starts his downswing, you'll notice that the over-the-top that had plagued his game for decades was almost gone. And as we get halfway down, notice that the club is now tracking from the inside. The deep divots that pointed out to left field vanished along with his outside to in swing path. And that was after only one swing with the swing jacket. But you may have noticed that he was still able to get his club beyond parallel at the top of his backswing. So that means that his right elbow was still able to get too deep, to chicken wing as we call it. So he was still able to get a little bit out of sync with the rotation of his body. And so that's why he pulled his first shot that you just saw. Now, when we first developed a swing jacket almost 20 years ago, we realized that golfers could still just move their arms without rotating their shoulders. Or in Shane's case, they could keep the arms moving after his shoulders had stopped rotating. So to solve those issues, we invented this ingenious little plastic clip. We call it a tour stop. It snaps on the rail and can be positioned to limit how far along the rail that your arm can travel. So we fixed his chicken wing by putting a tour stop on the right rail of Shane's swing jacket. His club no longer moves beyond parallel, so he stays connected throughout his swing. Suddenly, he's able to harness the awesome power he had always created and consistently hit the ball where he was aligned. But the big question that you're probably asking right now is, well, what happens when Shane takes off the swing jacket after hitting only a dozen shots with it? Is it possible that after almost 30 years of swinging one way, Shane's body had already started to memorize his new, connected, on-plane swing? It doesn't really make any sense, does it? Here's the fascinating thing about your natural athleticism. When your swing gets disconnected or off-plane, your body reacts by trying to put the club back into position. So in Shane's case, his body took the club over the top, creating a steep angle of attack and an outside-to-in swing path. When the swing jacket guided him through a fundamentally sound swing, that same athleticism recognized that it no longer needed to intervene, so his swing flaw, his over-the-top, vanished in an instant.
Normally I don't play with a driver because I can't control it. So, I mean, the contact that I'm making, even with what feels like just a total half swing, is so much better.
But until he had fixed his disconnection, there was no way that he could ever fix his swing flaw. And the same may be true of any swing flaws that you may be aware of in your golf swing. The reason the swing jacket has been one of the best-selling golf products for 20 consecutive years is it does all that thinking for you by physically guiding you through a fundamentally sound swing and then imposing the consistency that you need to lock that swing into muscle memory. The swing jacket actually makes it easy for anyone to develop a far better swing while eliminating swing flaws, just as it did with Shane. Now, I'd like to show you some other golfers with very different swing flaws, but unfortunately we've reached the time limit for videos on this particular website, so you'll need to click on the link below to continue this training. In the next video, we're going to talk about your game and how you can make dramatic improvements without wasting a bunch of time beating balls, engaging in the process, as Tiger likes to call it. We'll dive into the reasons that amateur golfers struggle to memorize an effective swing, and we'll reveal the optimal conditions that will allow you to build muscle memory in minutes instead of weeks or months, just as you saw Shane do. So go ahead, click on the link below, and I'll see you on the other side.